know where I'm gonna start or how I'm gonna end up. I know my topic. My topic is gonna be my 1 year anniversary. I'm calling it my anniversary because it's been exactly 1 year that I sold the salon and that I started on this. I'm just gonna call it my journey, like my new project in life, my new chapter. Chapter, that's better. When I made the decision to sell, I remember it was last year was 2016. It was in September of 2015, and I made that decision after I came back from a vacation in Mexico with my husband. And I decided to sell because I realized in that trip that I was no longer happy. I dreaded coming back because I didn't like, or I wasn't happy with my situation or my position or where I was in life with that overall, with the business, with everything, right? And I decided to sell. It took me a while. I mean, I had thought about it before, but I don't think I was ready to sell because I was fearful. You're always fearful of a lot of things. You're fearful of what other people are going to say, their opinions, or, you're fearful of change. You're fearful of just everything, Sometimes you don't even know what you're scared of and you're scared. So I thought about it before, and emotionally I wasn't ready. So when September comes and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to sell. And I finally told my husband, you know what, it's time. I'm going to sell. And he was happy because he wanted me to let go of it like way long time before, but I just wasn't ready. And he, my husband, I love my husband dearly because he supports me. He supports me fully, and whatever I come to, sometimes I come to him with some like crazy stuff, and I'll be like, oh babe, I want to do this. And he'll be like, okay, like, that's what you want, go for it, right? I decided to sell in September of 2015, and in April of 2016 it was through. It was final, right? I had owned this business since April of 2011, and when we purchased, now I know I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for that cycle in life, or who knows, maybe it was part of my growing, my maturity, on all types of levels, because I did learn a lot from it. I learned so much owning a business. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the industry. I learned a lot about just overall. When I sold, I was happy. I didn't, I was just really happy. And so now it's a year later. How do I feel about that? Well, I'm happy with my decision. I'm really happy with my decision because I feel like so much has happened in a year that it was, I mean, they say God has a perfect time for everything in your life, and I really believe it because in this year alone, I've grown. I've grown on a personal level. I mean, as you guys know, in 2016, also September, I stopped working. I came back again from another vacation in August of 2016, and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'd been a hairstylist for 15 years, and I was just ready to move on or take a break, or I don't know, what have you. I had held on a little bit longer because I just felt like, how could I let go of 15 years? I just can't, and but when I came back, I was like, that's it. I worked for 2 weeks and I was just like, I'm done. Like, I just woke up one morning, and I told my husband, this is my last week. And I'm very spontaneous like that. When I make a decision, I do it like that. When something comes to my mind, I think about it for a long, long time. I mill it over. But once the decision is done, I have to execute it because that's just the way that I am. That's just my nature. If I decide, like that, I decided, I woke up and I was like, that's it. This is my last week. this is my last week, and you can't change my mind. That's just the way that I am. I'm that type of a person that once the decision is made, I have to execute it. I have to go full throttle with it, because I'm very determined. So it's been 1 year exactly that I sold the salon. It's been a couple of months since I stopped working, and I'm very happy. I'm very grateful and thankful for those moments and those experiences. I feel blessed to have been given the opportunity to have owned a business. Like I said, there's no better school than life itself. I learned so much. I don't think that I would have started my new process or my new journey if I hadn't gone through that with such motivation. And I'm just grateful and thankful for that. I'm just thankful and grateful for all my clients that supported me throughout those 5 years. For and my husband, he did so much for me. I mean, I'm so grateful for him because he's such an amazing person. And there was moments where I was broken, where, I mean, you get tired, you get stressed, you get a lot of things come to mind. And he was just like he's my biggest cheerleader and my biggest supporter, because whatever way that I choose, he's always going to be like, if that makes you happy, go ahead. He never tells me, of course, I never make like drastic ass decisions. Well, I mean, that was kind of drastic, but I'm not like, he's always in agreement, because they're not like just too out there, my decisions. But I'm very grateful for him, for my mother. She's she's like kind of like the person that I go to when I have to make a big decision, my consultant. But at the end of the day, she always allows me, and this has always been, she always allows me to make that choice. The choice is always mine. Whether it's good or bad, or whether I'm influenced. Sometimes I could be influenced by her, because of course she's my mother. But at the end of the day, she's taught me that the best decision and the best choice is your own, you know, and that gives you independence, because at the end of the day, you really can't blame anybody but yourself, and that's just the way you grow as a person. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think, and we'll be in touch. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.